Alyssa. Farah. Griffin shared some shocking statements Donald Trump supposedly made while behind closed doors. While appearing on the Friday, June 14th, installment of the Press Club podcast, The View co-host and former Trump staffer revealed that the ex-president would allegedly suggest executing people during official White House meetings. During her sit-down with host Aidan McLaughlin, Griffin recalled one conference where then-Attorney General Bill Barr discussed whether Trump said a leaker should be punished by death. Mike Pence declined to endorse Trump. Then you have people like Nikki Haley and Bill Barr who are either endorsing him or saying that they would probably vote for him despite being very critical, and there is a difference between saying you disagree with some of the policies and saying this person is fundamentally unfit for office, but I might vote for them, the local Trump attacker shared. How do you explain that there are people who are very smart, like Nikki Haley and Bill Barr, who watched the first Trump term from the inside and have described it as very dangerous, but are still saying, well, we might vote for him in 2024? It's power. I think power is just one of the most enticing things that we have in society, the media personality continued before mentioning the topic of executions. Kaitlan Collins, to her credit, interviewed Bill Barr and asked about an anecdote that I had shared about a meeting he and I were both in the Oval Office, where Trump straight up said a staffer who leaked a story should be executed. And Bill Barr kind of danced it and said, I don't recall that specific instance, but there were others where we talked about executing people. How do you rationalize that? Is a person fit in sound judgment to be president of the United States? Griffin asked. They're reading the tea leaves. They know there's a very real chance he's going to be president again. And there's not a lot of glory or victory in being right, but being on the wrong side of Trump. I think that's ultimately what it comes down to, the former White House Director of Strategic Communications and assistant to the president added. Griffin went on to bash other Republicans who have thrown their support behind Trump despite their previous criticism of the controversial politician. I really wanted to root for Nikki Haley. I think it was pathetic that she turned around and endorsed him. I think she knows better. I wish that there were more people out there, but I do think it's notable. I mentioned Pence, but every living former standard-bearer for the GOP, so everyone who's been on a GOP presidential ticket, with the exception of Sarah Palin, is not backing Donald Trump, Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan, Dan Quayle, presumably George Bush, Mike Pence, everyone that we entrusted who had risen to the level of seriousness that they could see themselves in the Oval, says, oh no, this guy should not be in the Oval. The brunette beauty, 35, ranted.